off.
Oh, nice shirt.
I was waiting for somebody to say something. Oh, son of a bitch. It's a Friday night. It's 2.5 months away from my last interview, stirring the pot, if you will. And son of a bitch, boys and girls, first things first, it's fucking legal in Connecticut, my man, my men. So, I mean, fuck this shit. We are going for it right off the top. We are going for it right off the top.
Are you recording right now?
I am recording right now. Fuck the dumb shit. Now, boys and girls, this is Stirring the Pot with Donkey Cade and my very special guest. And I usually do it a little bit different way, but this is a Madhouse. I am entitling tonight a Madhouse because look at what we have. We have the madness of Trip. We have high voltage Omar. And last but not least, that beautiful face of one, the filthy one himself, the dirtologist, Dirtbag Dan. I
forgot about Roberta. Roberta, my prosthetic legs in the car. I fucked up. I forgot her.
You've been making a big stink over Roberta making her appearance on Stirring the Pot, and you fucking forgot her?
Shame.
Yeah. Wow. Way to blow the spot, Dan.
Dang.
Wow. False advertisement on my part now. That's bullshit.
And he's
he's going to get her.
Oh wait, what do we got? A replacement? Whoa!
There's the rest of Roberta.
Is that Roberto?
That's Irene. Is that Roberto?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
God, all we need now is Len to be on this, and this would be tops.
Holy shit! Somebody, if I know we're not there, nobody's watching this live, which sucks because I want to say right now, whoever's watching this, call fucking Len Oddity, get his ass here. Oh my goodness! You know what? For shits and giggles, we're gonna call Mr. Oddity right now. We're gonna see if we can get Mr. Oddity. I don't even know if I have him on Skype, but we're just gonna look him up for shits and giggles. Imagine if I could get him in here. Wouldn't that be a fucking gas?
That'd be great.
You guys,
a bonus.
You guys are amazing for coming on in. I'm gonna look up Len right here. You guys are amazing for coming on in because I haven't done a Stirring the Pot in quite some time, and I really appreciate all you guys coming in. First off, and I do not see Len on there, so maybe he just doesn't want to be friends with me on Skype, which I can understand. That's fine. But I entitled this Madhouse because I feel that I'm going to be hearing maybe there's going to be some promos. There might be some shoot, if you will, from the hip. And I see Trip smiling, and I see Dan nodding, and I see Mr. Omar. I can't see his face, but oh my. And now, you know, I did say
have my money.
I did say that I'm gonna polish this off.
Better pay.
And this is some apple cinnamon moonshine. Still has the stick in it. This is from.
Is it real moonshine?
The fuck it is, yes sir. This has been gifted to me from Lisa Thomas, and she makes this and brings me. Now this isn't your regular small mason jar. This is the king size Daddy-O mason jar. And I know we're starting this off probably in a totally different direction than we thought. But I wanted to share some alcoholic beverages with my friends.
Trip doesn't drink, though. Trip doesn't drink, guys.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, we don't drink anymore.
Oh, hey, that's okay. Sometimes we don't want you to drink. No, maybe all the time we don't want you to drink.
Omar, you don't drink, Omar?
I drink with the boys. Invite me.
He drinks pee. There was a time on Stirring the Pot he drank pee. But that's a different story. But yeah,
pineapple rum.
Okay.
Pineapple rum.
I broke this out for a special occasion. Obviously, it's been a minute since I've done an interview, but having you three specific guys here because I know you all have some ties outside the ring, if you will. And I really thought that this was really cool that all of you wanted to come in and do this. And I just wanted to give you guys some cheers. And not only
Don, they all cock blocked me. They cock blocked. It was supposed to be me and you. And then fucking Skeletor here. Skeletor's like, I want in on this. And then
Hold on. I'm the one that chimed in first. Thank you.
Okay, sorry.
I'm totally the one that chimed in first. So, I mean, I had to step on your toes. I already took one of your titles from Pennsylvania, so I had to step on your toes this time.
Oh shit! Oh,
Oh, drama early on.
wow. That hits home, Mr. Tripp. Mr. Tripp, that hits
That's
home.
funny because in Battlefront, I also took the tag team belt away from him.
Oh shit!
Yes, Tripp and I won. Damn.
Actually, I've never been pinned except by Len at Booty Front.
Yeah, he is correct.
At Booty Front.
Yeah, I've never been pinned except for Len at Booty Front. Booty Front, Pro Dan, Pro Extreme, fucking bitch. But fuck it, let's get right into it. Let's get right into it.
Extreme.
Omar, you want to go first?
Oh, yes, of course. So it was the summer of 82. Yeah, so I'm brought in one night randomly out of nowhere, offered $80, right? Let's just be honest here. And I was like, you know what? Screw this. I got nothing to do. Throw on the hood, come out at the end, beat up the owner. Hell yeah, I'll do that. And then, I'm brought back, right? Hey, Omar, we want you back. I'm like, hell yeah, let's get extreme, right? Yeah. And then, the extreme part was the cardio I had to do at the end of the show, chasing down the promoter for my pay so I could eat, so I could put gas in the car, so I can drive home. But no, I have to run after him. I have to insult him. And then I get $20 that's crumbled up. That was probably in his asshole because it was disgusting. And then I had a fight with him about it. And I almost wanted to choke him. But then my friend Jesse was like, no, man, I got you. We're going to go home. It's a good time. And I was like, bitch, better have my fucking money. And then I had to go out there, and a fan gave me a cane, and I took said cane, and I broke that shit on his back because, fuck, man, you don't book someone for a certain amount of money, and then at the end of the show, you run from them and say, hey, all I got is $3.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
What the fuck?
Tripp, you're lucky, man. You've never worked for the Booty Front. So this is the guy that he said he's trying to build his company, but right now he has no, he owns his ring. He pays nothing for where he keeps it. He has all the equipment, so he's not paying for anything except the boys. And when you're charging, right now his next show is like $30 a ticket, and he's saying he can only pay like $30. Wow. Yeah, like
$30. He's got Gangrel money.
That's
no, I love Gangrel. This ain't shit to Gangrel, but you got Gangrel money, but you ain't got fucking $40 for the boys.
And after that last show, bro, I got messages from people saying you could not find him to collect money.
Bitch better have my money.
Hell the fuck no. I've been stiffed on shows before, man. And I've seen people run away. I've heard of shows where the promoter was gone and people had to hit up the promoter's son who was left there having to tear down the ring for money. So, man, why does this Shindy Carney bullshit still exist?
And people will still work for him for $20. That's the thing.
That's what I was told.
Here's the thing.
I was told.
Like, is it quality workers, though?
60% of the guys, I'll be honest. I'll say it. I'll be the one to say it. And he told me once, hey, my top guy only gets $45. I was like, well, fuck your top guy. That's not me.
No. And for him to say he always paid me 40 was a bunch of shit because I always got 100. I think one time 80. I was like, fine, bro, whatever. I didn't bleed all over the place. I didn't get too crazy. Fine. But when you're a promoter.
So hold on, let me preface this a little bit further. For you fans out there that are going to be watching this later on, the cat's out of the bag. Wrestlers, independent wrestlers, we are not making thousands of dollars per booking. We are not that lucky. We might be that good, but we don't have the same kind of publicity and rockets strapped to our ass to shoot us to the moon to get us that kind of fucking dinero.
I was gonna do the same. Hold on.
No,
Same
this is Dan's. This is Dan's wallet. This is all the pay the boys are getting next show. Booty
But
fun.
anyway.
So Dan,
man.
he called me the other day. He's blowing my phone up, telling me he wants no heat. He's like, I always paid you 40. He's like, you'd rather work for Kevin Landry and make $0 and work other places for free. So I'm like, bitch, call me at 11:30. We talk. And he's like, yeah, these guys are working for none. I'm like, you don't know my agreements for other places. So don't say that shit. And he's like, well, I don't want heat. He's like, I got to build my company. I'm like, you want to put yourself, you're the promoter that puts belts on yourself. You put yourself in the main event.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Every main event.
You put yourself in storylines that are hot because you're not. You can't work. I've never seen or heard of you work a normal goddamn match. Ever. So stop. Your own brother walked away from your company. That says something.
Says your shit.
Wow. So was that whole the promoter putting himself over, putting himself in the main event? Yo, shout out to Johnny Patches and NYCW for being a promoter to just book and promote his shows.
Now, there are promoters I've worked for that they put themselves in storylines, but it makes sense. If there's a build, there's consistency when there's a story that makes sense. But good example, Trip, when Dan debuted his hardcore title, right? The original match was supposed to be with Ryan Frost. Got to the show, my name is circled. Dan, you're going over for it. Right after intermission, Dan is beyond drunk and goes, I'm putting myself into triple threat now, and I want to say fuck you to other companies, and I'm going to put the belt on myself. What better way to say fuck you than debut a belt and put it on yourself?
Wow.
And then he put the tag belts on himself. Then he fought for the World Heavyweight Championship.
You mean the Ludlow Basuda Championship?
Ludlow Basuto.
La Basuta.
I'm too sober for this shit tonight.
That's why I've been slamming this. That's why I've been slamming this moonshine. I knew I was gonna have zero control.
Don slamming something tonight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This right here, this is literally the first ever stirring the pot. Like, I've never had a forum where it was just me with another person, guy or girl on the other end. They're kind of venting like this to like legit stir the pot. I've always just fucked with the guys because, you know, I fuck with the bad guys and I lift the good guys. This is legit.
I know. That's when we first met, Don.
Yes, sir. You scared the shit right out of me, might I add, when we met at Survival. And I loved everything about your gimmick. You were very colorful. You were very bright. You were very boisterous with your voice. You were good with the promo thing because not everybody can do it all. You know, that promo is a very important part. You're very comfortable with that. I come up to you with the phone. You had no problem with that. We had some fun. You were good in ring. You told the story throughout this tournament. There was some shenanigans, some chicanery on your part, if you will, in that tournament. But again, all bullshit aside, the character itself, again, with everything that I just described, I latched right onto your character. So I appreciate that.
Talking about
Thank you.
I appreciate you bringing that to the table. And I know we've spoken about this on our interview.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Omar, put the mask on, bro. Oh, my God.
Oh, shit. But I know we've spoke of this, but what you bring to the table as a character and as a wrestler and as a performer, I appreciate all of that for the fan, you know, because without that, you know, Dirtbag Dan, he's a character. High Voltage Omar, he's a character. Yeah, I know. These characters, you guys bring them to life and you bring it to the wrestling. And I applaud all of you for that. But for Trip, I never met you before. I first seen you, and I'm like, I love this guy. So
You guys never
you know,
met?
only one time at Survival Championship Wrestling
Yep.
in Rensselaer, New York, and that was it. Only one time, and
That
I
was 2
grasped
years
right
ago.
on. Yeah, because they've only had one show.
Let
But
me tell you, man, Don, Trip is a hell of a guy, man. Like, we've known of each other for a
Guys,
while.
guys. They're a hell of a guys. Right? That would be the proper
Yes,
way.
we are.
yes, they are.
Even I know that. Yes, we are too.
That's right, we are.
No, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to interject in the venting and the sounding off and shooting from the hip, but I just wanted to, appreciate what you guys really bring to the table. But if you guys want to keep going, I don't give a shit because I wanted this to be an open forum for you guys, and that's why when Trip was like, I'm in, because and I know you guys have a relationship, Dirtbag Dan and Trip, and then High Voltage Omar, he was like, I want in on this, and I'm like, fuck this, man, let's all do this, and I appreciate it all.
Well, so what's awesome is as Dan was saying, he and I have actually known each other or known about each other for a period of time, and our mutual contact was Len Oddity. And Len had put Dan over to me multiple times about how good he was. So when I went to work a filming spot down in Pennsylvania for AFCW before they uprooted to Florida, and I was told I get to work with Dirtbag Dan, man, my eyes were wide. I was a cat on catnip. I was like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. And then when it comes to like HBO, I first came to NYCW when I was just breaking back into the business. I had a 2-year hiatus because I just thought I was done. I just really didn't care about the business anymore. I was like, yeah, I think I'm done.
Who does?
So I came back, and when I got the opportunity to just work at NYCW, I jumped on it. And then while I was there, HBO and Punisher Van Slyke, or Brute Van Slyke at the time, were both getting ready to take some time off. So Patches hit me up and said, hey, I need a new, big bad guy. I need a new super heel. What do I do? I said, just give me the microphone and let me off my leash. So then I got into a wonderful feud with HBO, which we had 2 really good matches, especially that Christmas street fight.
Yes. Needs a part
And
2.
yeah, I wanted to come on here with these 2 because I've had great matches with them with the short amount of time that I've known them, and we could just work. We can go out there. It's all about the storytelling. It's all about getting good, solid work in. And I could work these 2 guys any day of the week, blindfolded, broken limbs, broken back. It doesn't matter what it is. I can work them and put on a hell of a show and guarantee that it's quality work every single time.
Well, October 23rd, Ludlow, Massachusetts. We can do a triple threat for what? Maybe $40 together? 15.
I think between the 3 of us, we could get 50.
50. I mean, yeah.
Actually, we could probably bump it up to 60 because that's $20 each.
No, that's too much, bro. That's overpaid.
That's too much.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And remember, we're doing this match, broken limbs, blindfolded. So.
Well, okay. How about this?
We'll get like one of those beers.
It's $40. We'll do $40 for the triple threat, and the one that takes the cover is the one that gets the hot dog and the handshake. The other 2 guys split the money.
I'm in.
Sounds good.
Booty front. Here we come.
All right. Booty front's about to get a little bit more.
Omar, Omar, are you definitely down for October though? Still, what we talked about?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Cool, man.
Absolutely.
All right. I already talked to Nick King too, so it's gonna be interesting.
Oh yeah. That should be fun.
I want to know these talks. I'm down to hit the road.
What?
I want in on these talks. I'll hit the road. I'll join you. Where are we going?
Massachusetts, October 23rd.
Yeah.
There's a great bar, but they serve regular sodas and drinks and food there as well.
They do.
And I figured we can just
we're good with that.
Can go down and
they're not that good at pouring beer, but
yeah, they can pour a hell of a soda.
That anyway.
Yeah.
They got ginger ales. I know you like.
Water. I'm good.
They have a popcorn machine at this venue, and if we all buy tickets for this event, we're guaranteeing at least one payday for someone.
Nice.
Maybe 2. And then we can hit the ring.
They're drinking and smoking like, what the fuck did I just open up?
Yeah, Don Kincaid's got blackballed from Booty Front.
What I'd like to do is kind of piggyback off of what Mr. Tripp was saying and go to HBO. He was speaking of your rivalry and such at NYCW. Speak on that, sir, because he was digging those matches and really feeling what was going on over there.
Yeah, it was a point where Patches was all, who do you want to work? What do you want to do? I was like, feed me anyone. I don't care. Then he said a name, who I'm not going to mention, and I was like, no, anyone but them. And it was between Lance and Tripp. And honestly, Lance still had something technically kind of going on. If anyone here remembers in the, what was it? Up in Smoke, I think it was, where I won the championship. He had some other guy come out, beat him up before the match, so he didn't even get to participate in the match. So that's
when he had the feud with Wayno, I think.
Yeah. So then that kind of got left in the air, and I was like, well, the only ones left with nothing is Tripp and Kirby Wackerman, and I've already beat up Kirby Wackerman. Let's get someone new. And dude, it was just chemistry. We just sat down for a few seconds to talk it over, and it was pretty much one of those, we just look at each other. Okay, I'll see you out there. Christmas street match. We had so many plans for the Christmas street match. Me, not we. I wanted to set up a table with cookies and milk, all this shit, and get, instead of waterboarded, get cookies and milk, shoved in my face.
You're hardcore. Yeah. You're hardcore.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude, that would have been great. I love that one.
Yeah, we didn't get to do that, but still getting the commissioner pissed off of any little stupid thing we did that night. After he said everything we planned out was cool, we still got, slapped in the wrist at the end of the show.
For those of you
finger wagging talking to
New York State
Wrestling, disappointed in you, Omar, and I'm like, bro, I didn't even know your approval meant anything to me.
There's too many rules in New York, man. There's too many rules out there.
Yeah. Now, what I'd like to do, because I like this banter. We get to get some stories. We get to get the thoughts of such talent. But I also want you to be able to sound off at the same time. So we're going to do both. We're going to continue this and do both. So I just kind of piggybacked off of Tripp's thoughts, went to Omar, got his thoughts. I want you to vent, Dirtbag Dan. Why don't you vent a little bit? And I know you've got plenty under your belt. You can vent a little bit.
Let me think about this motherfucker. Don, shut your mouth, Don Kincaid. Let me tell you, I show up to this taping in Pennsylvania, and here's this Mad Hatter, black and green wearing, tattooed freak looking like a wannabe Len Oddity. And the promoter's like, yeah, you're putting this kid over tonight. It's like, tonight, it's the afternoon. It's like 2 PM. I got to put this guy over. I don't even know him. So I'm like, oh, what's your gimmick, kid? He's like, Tripp. Oh, Tripp? All right, Greenie, let's go out there. Here's what we're going to do. I tell him what we're going to do. He says no. I said, all right, cool. Because he's bigger than me. I can't fight him. He'll kill me. No, it was unreal. It was like a 2-show deal. Like the first show, me and him talk. They put the belt on me. And the next show, they're like, hey, you and Tripp are going at it. You're going to win the belt. And I was like, dude, this is going to be so much fucking fun. And kind of like Omar said, we planned a few things, and then just went at it. We did a little bit of some powerhouse.
The beard pulling.
The beard pulling gimmick. If this match was in front of a crowd instead of like the quarantine taping, because, earlier in the year, we couldn't do a lot of shows. Pennsylvania State, whatever, there was private tapings, and I guarantee we were in front of a crowd. We could have went longer. The energy was there. The boys were behind it too, which was even better. You could hear the boys in the back watching, going, "Holy shit, this is entertaining." And I was kind of upset because I thought me and him were going to do a little more, but AFCW kind of not folded. They like Draven, he moved down to Florida, took the company there, and I'm hoping me and you can do something again. Omar, we've never done anything one-on-one. We've just done those clusterfucks at Booty Front.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And test of strength, we had the...
I still have the AMP title at home.
Like 6 different tag teams.
I have the cover for the belt.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, this is yours, by the way. I'm sorry.
Oh wow. So Omar, you and Dirtbag Dan have never gone one-on-one.
No, never.
Here's your title cover.
Never. We've crossed paths in Booty Front and in TOS. I want to say twice.
Okay. And they were cluster cups. It was never just a street tag match.
It was a 6-man match, and it was the tag match for the #1 contendership for the TOS tag team when Ty and I won.
Four-way tag match.
Yeah, like 4-way tag match. Yes.
So I'll ask each of you, High Voltage Omar, if you could have a promotion to book Dirtbag Dan versus High Voltage Omar, what kind of match would it be, and what promotion would you prefer it to be at?
Why not Trip too, bro? Why are you going to exclude him?
Oh no! Well, I was just.
You guys have a one-on-one.
There's never been a one-on-one between Dirtbag and High Voltage Omar, so I'm trying to figure this out a little bit.
I already know street match, and any company that wants to book it, other than Booty.
Oh wow. Okay, Dirtbag
Dan. I want more than a $5 pay.
Okay, Dirtbag Dan, same question.
Greco-Roman style, no ring, no clothes, just straight up dick to dick.
Oh wow.
Anywhere except a public park where there's kids. That's wrong. So
yeah.
I'll agree to that last part.
Reach out, Omar. Honestly, me and you could want to do in a singles match. Reach out to Outbreak Pro Wrestling in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Trip, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, well, I'm actually we're working the tag scene down in Outbreak. I'm teaming with my tag partner Brian Yowie Jr.
You'll be there on the 18th?
No, we got pulled from that because they want to build us up on the tapings for a little while, but there's a long-term plan to move us to the live shows.
I think there's a taping on the 26th, right?
Yep.
I'll see you there too. Omar, I'm going to give you the contact to Ryan Vox and Tyler Sabal. The tapings are free. It's like a Battlefront payday, but it's good exposure. Honestly, like Trip has done these tapings for Outbreak, and it's a good group of workers, like a great, amazing group of men and women that are actually, some are coming from Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut to do these tapings.
A couple of guys from West Virginia too.
West Virginia. What Outbreak was doing during quarantine, they were doing all-day tapings. We were doing like 20 matches in one day.
Holy shit.
And what they were doing, they were putting 3 to 4 matches out per week to keep fans invested, which was one of the best companies. Let me tell you this, Omar. The one place they won, and Trip was there last month, the Hamburg Fieldhouse.
Oh my God.
Where Vince McMahon Sr. used to run. No, there was more, but all day there was over 1,000 fans in that building.
Wow.
Oh yeah. The lights above the ring are the original lights that Vince Sr. had installed at that venue.
This building is wrestling.
I guess looking up at those lights ain't something so bad.
Bro, and
you get paid like, look at those Vince McMahon Sr. lights. Oh shit, it was a 3.
But no, let me tell you, like the way Outbreak, they were one of my favorite companies to work for. It was one of the first companies I worked for that had an actual gorilla position with monitors, radios. Every referee's got an earpiece in. Right? I was like, holy shit. They have catering. Pennsylvania State, you need the doctor on present. Yeah. The doctor is one of those old school Billy Caputos. You guys are from New York, Billy Caputo. Billy's one of those commissioners that are like, you know what you're doing? You know how to do it? Have fun. And I need to get you out to Pennsylvania because there's so many good companies out here that will pay, and you will be over with, whether it's the High Voltage, whether it's Skeletor, Trip. He's got an amazing look too out there. They need guys like you. So I will.
Yeah, I've noticed with Pennsylvania, whether you're going like Western Pennsylvania and you're over at like Asylum, if you go, Eastern Pennsylvania and you're going over to like Backbreakers, you're going to outbreak, the fans are really responsive to workers that got a solid gimmick and that can go out there and actually perform, that can actually wrestle. Like they'll pop for a high spot, they'll be into it, but the fans there actually like the wrestling. And as long as you can tell a story, as long as you can separate yourself, like a basic Greco-style Roman wrestler can get over, but they want personality that can also wrestle.
They want that character.
As Dan was saying, yeah, you'll be over like Rover there.
Triple WA, Dino. Triple WA has been in business 40 something years, and he runs the flea market in Quakertown.
I've wrestled in the flea market since Puerto Rico.
No, bro, no. But check it out. It's not just a flea market. He has like a whole section of the flea market, like a small venue that seats over 100 people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not that like generic, like in the middle of a flea market where you could buy a carpet on one side and a shotgun on the other.
I mean, those are the best. You got variety. You got like a street match or something.
Hey, that's an old school store called Woolworths, man.
I've been.
Funny story. I did a show last week in Pennsylvania at a firehouse, and I like to have a beer before a show, so I find a liquor store. And as I'm pulling up to this liquor store, there's a booth in front of it, ammunition for sale. And I'm like, oh, man, who doesn't like to buy, shotgun shells and a bottle of bourbon and have a good Saturday night? America.
It sounds like when I used to go down to New Albany, Indiana all the time.
I'll be out that way. Actually, tomorrow morning I leave for Ohio. I'll be right on the border of Indiana.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, real quick, let's just stick there. Battle on the border. I see you go out to Ohio and Indiana for another company. What makes you do the drives to the Midwest, Dirtbag? Because you and that car, that poor car, it lasted like 300,000 miles or so.
The Malibu's gone, bro. The sticker
I know.
is gone.
I know it's gone. Past tense.
Last year, I was contacted by them. I was in talks with this company in Indiana, and Bobby Fulton had pulled out from a match, and they contacted me to come in. It was supposed to be one and done, a one-time deal for a hardcore match. I was like, wait, Bobby Fulton was supposed to do a hardcore match? All right, against their guy, and did the match. I went out there as an Ultimate heel. By the end of the match, I was a babyface. So they're like, yeah, it's one of those. I wound up using it.
I think we lost him. Oh, wait.
Nope.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. So I wound up using a child in the match as a battering ram. And the crowd liked me. And then they booked me for a bunch of shows for the rest of 2020. And then, COVID hit. So
I see a lot of your beard, Dirtbag. I see a lot of your beard. And that's better.
Is this better?
No, I see your chest now. Now I see your penis. There we go. Oh.
I gotta hold my phone up the whole time.
That's what you wanted to see.
He charges extra for that,
That's
Yeah. You got booty
Now-
from money?
High voltage. High voltage. We haven't spoken in a minute. You have brought to the table the Skeletor gear, looking very fire, might I add, and the character itself. What's going on here? Please describe what's going on.
Oh man, it's a big old mix of things right now. Hold on, I'm trying to light over here.
Just the beard still. Can you see me? I'm sorry, Garth.
I
Oh,
see
you
your
wanna see your
chest.
face? My chest?
Yeah. No. I was talking to Dirtbag. There we go.
I'm not in my
I see.
car like these two guys. I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to help. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Skeletor.
how about me now? You see me?
Yeah, I see you.
All right. So it came with the whole quarantine, and I lost the NYCW championship. I lost the booty front tag team belt, and I lost the Power tag team belt, and then everybody's all talking crap about me all of a sudden. They're all like, "Oh, did you hear? Omar retired just like that, on top of the world, 4 championships. And then something just kept talking to me, and telling me all these people who I let my guard down to, who I believed were my friends, who were people who actually liked me, were just saying Omar retired. And I told myself, once my knee got better, I was going to come back and it was going to be different. And I was trying to think of everything I like, looking at my gear. What could I do different? What could I do to stand out? You know, I told myself, and I will tell anyone, if you are still dressing up the same way, doing the same crap, and you're not getting over with the same shit you weren't getting over with before COVID, you're fucking failing. You need something new. And I said, I want some pretty colors. I never had bright colors. I've had red and black, black and silver, black, silver and gold, black and gold. You don't need dark colors just to be bad. So I figured, who is the baddest bright? Skeletor popped in my head. And I started drawing gear. I purchased, skull mask to wear because it helps with, getting in to that character, especially. Yeah, and so you got HVO, the wrestler, and then you got the guy behind the mask that feeds me the bad thoughts, that friend that pushes you to do that bad thing knowing you shouldn't be doing it, but it's like you want to. And the whole thing I wanted to build with it is, yes, I was mad at everybody, but at the same time, I was still nice. And I've got the mask who slowly feeds me more and more negativity, just releasing my inner thoughts. And I figured, if I'm going to be an asshole, I'm going to be a funny asshole. Skeletor always had the puns.
You could have done Skeletor. You could even done Captain Pollution.
Hey, anything's better than Captain Planet.
That's why I said Captain Pollution.
I don't know. I was gonna say something about Homelander and shit like that,
but I didn't. Now the gear. I'm very curious. Where did you get the gear made? Because it was very surprising because we haven't seen you in stuff like this before.
My guy in Puerto Rico, the same guy who's made everything else for me except for my one old red singlet. I hit him up and I was like, yo, I know after COVID, you haven't really been doing nothing. You mask, and I was like, I need something. And he goes, what do you need? And I sent him the drawings, told him the colors, and he goes, if you're doing this, it's got to be shiny. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, I'm gonna order you, everything. I'm gonna do it how you want it. He added his own style, but yeah, he sent me the picture of the colors, and I was like, oh, that's a little bit too bright and shiny. And then 2 weeks later, he sends me a picture of the gear all made, and I was like, holy shit, that's hot. I could not wait to wear it. I thought about it for weeks. We went to, I went to go visit my mother in Rochester. We went to Niagara Falls. On the drive back, I get an email that my package was delivered. Boy, did that 80 quickly turn to 150 down that damn highway. Just to get this shit. I got it, ripped it open, obviously, started running upstairs. I couldn't even figure out how to put the top part together. And I'm like, oh, this has a bunch of snap buttons. My girlfriend grabs it. She's like, give me this. I'm going to help you. And she figures it out. And I was like, oh, my gear, you're the one figuring it out.
Yeah. Well, it's got to feel good, to get that little bit of change like you were speaking of earlier.
Yeah, you can't get stuck in the past. You can't get stuck doing the same stupid shit and then be like, yeah, you're back, yay, but you're still wearing the same shit.
I'm talking with that, and I know, Trip, you can agree. Quarantine gave people an opportunity to, some guys went through depression, some people got upset, they didn't know what to do. You better yourself. We were lucky enough to have some bits that were doing taping, actors and stuff. But if you didn't take that time to reinvent yourself, then shame on you. That was a perfect opportunity for everyone to go, shit, let me get gear made. Let me work out a little more. Let me start eating healthy. We all know, all right, I'm a skinny fuck. You two guys look great, but it's character. Is someone yelling in the background?
That's what I heard.
My kids. That's shoot life.
All right. That's like
My kids said football practice.
Oh, really? That's cool. I dig it. Usually, like every time I do a Don Kincaid thing, my daughter's on it.
Fourth wall breaking.
All right, so we'll try
to. Youngest is right there. She had Girl Scouts, and then that's the one that helps keep me in line.
Thank you.
Now it's a stirring the pot. So can we talk to her? Can we talk to her more?
Yeah,
Can't talk to her more.
You shouldn't be driving and on the phone, so we'll just talk. Put her on.
Yeah, put her on. See what she's like.
Let's ask about the sleep.
Oh no.
We get down to the real stuff.
Now, Mr. Tripp, it's been a minute since we've spoken as well. Now I noticed you've cut, not cut, but you've trimmed the Lincoln down a little bit. You look a little bit different. Is the character still the same? Are they still kind of part of you? What's going on with Mr. Tripp? I am afraid to ask, but I want to know.
No, the hair and the beard, we decided to make adjustments. Mostly gimmick and wrestling style aside, we like to stand out. But as we all know, one of the first things is if you can't make an impact with your appearance, then sometimes they might not give a damn about how you can wrestle or what you do in the ring if you can't just stand out. Now, Don, you mentioned earlier about how when you first saw me, how flamboyant my gear is and how I present myself, that stuck out to you. Now, with that, my appearance at the time with the long hair and the long beard was a key part of that because, again, at the time it was just different. Not a lot of people were doing a look like that. But now, if you look at it on the indies, on TV, there's a lot of guys with long, dark hair, long, thick beards. So, okay, we gotta change it up again. So, shave the sides of the head, keeping it long from the top to the back, kind of a very well-groomed Viking kind of look. Mm-hmm. So, it's gimmick-wise, nothing has really changed per se. But no, we just got to keep our look updated. Not to mention, we keep getting more tattoos, so there's a constant change of artwork there, constant growth of artwork. A couple of people have seen we've also got new gear. We have our new red, black, and holographic set. We also have a new set that's in the works that's coming. That's got to wait for a special occasion.
And like I was speaking with, and like I was speaking with HBO, getting that new gear. Even if your gimmick is the same, but you just get that new gear, that new look to you, and you can interchange from show to show, from event to event. Just it's getting that new gear in, it's just like a beautiful It's almost like Christmas. I think I said to HBO. It's like Christmas almost.
Every time I get new gear in, it's Christmas morning. I mean, you should see. Yeah. You should see the family. I get new gear. I'm ripping the bag open. I'm trying it on, saying, "Hey, look at this. How does it look? Look at this. How does it look?"
Oh yeah, middle of conversations, everybody's like, "Oh, so for dinner, we're gonna make it. You're just gonna dress. So what do you think?" And they're just standing there, chicken or beef, and you're just like, "No, the gear. How does it look?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'll say this, you end up with a crap ton of gear after a while, and then sometimes you want to bring back some old ones, and then you end up like me playing dress up in front of the TV while my girlfriend's trying to watch TV. I'm like, yo, how does this one look? Take it off, put on the next one. What about this one? Hey, look at this old.
You want to hear about old gear? You want to hear about old gear?
Oh God. And I did
He's gonna bring back an original dirtbag diaper.
I see the
Oh God.
Ooh.
the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are those?
I used to wear tights.
When we wrestle, you gotta wear
Go like that.
That's Dan Rageous, not Dirtbag Dan.
That's I don't care. You could put a doodle stain on there. It'll be dirtbag Dan.
Gotta add the poop
As the
stain.
run's coming down, no, just on one leg, you see a little bit of brown trickling.
Oh,
Now, speaking of characters, this guy Dirtbag Dan, his face, it doesn't change. He doesn't put makeup on. He doesn't, besides Roberta and a pizza cutter, there's not a bunch of props to change what Dirtbag Dan physically looks like. But he changes his gear, and there's a switch that turns. I don't know how the fuck he does it, but there's a switch that turns, and he can go from, say, Dirtbag Dan to a D.D. Allen, if you will, to a Dan Rageous. And I know there's another guy. There's a masked character, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere along the lines. How in the world?
Look, the masked character was a one-time deal in Maine where I was called Pound a Poon. I had a mask. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I had a mask that looked like a giant. I won my match with a poon salt. So
Sounds about right.
with me, it's like I was just talking to Russo, the guy I started with back in the day, and I was like, when I was their light heavyweight champion, I was the ultimate heel at the company. But once I lost his belt, the fans got behind me and my skid marks. I don't get it, but I'm a super baby face now. There, it's the most incredible thing in the world. Where, and you guys have seen it, where I came to Battlefront as a heel. Excuse me, Booty Front. I came to Booty Front.
Booty front.
Yeah, booty front. Get it right.
I became a face. I worked at NYCW once, and I wound up working with Len, and I wound up getting a little bit of cheered, but Len was more over than me. I don't know what it is with that effect. I'm a skinny fuck, but I'm a character. Like we're talking, like you guys were a character, and that's what the crowd wants to see. Because how many times have we been on shows where there's 6 guys in trunks, 6-pack, and the crowd gets tired of that after a while. The same generic look, the same
Yeah.
Yep.
Same generic colors of gears. Like the color patterns don't change. Same shit over and over.
Do something different.
Yep.
Be outside the box.
Which is why I went purple and blue.
And I gotta say, Omar, big change, impact, physically, and the way you come out. It almost presents a different high voltage Omar. Dirtbag Dan, I'm gonna go back to Shut Up and Wrestle 13 outside at a music festival. There was rock and roll, there was 80s, there was Southern rock going on live on a stage while the wrestling ring was up on top of a hill. My man Dirtbag, he's got those white trunks that look like he's wearing tighty whities. He's got them all skid marked up. He's come out like the outhouse exploded. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the fucking people didn't know what to make of him at first, but then they got what they were picking up what Dirtbag was putting down. And I'm telling you, it was a lot of fun to see Dirtbag never be seen by this crowd come out looking the way he did, whipping Roberta around, got a pizza cutter in a fucking diaper, basically, if you will, got a skid mark on this shit. And I'm telling you, the fucking people.
Don, I'd like to chime in because I worked with Danny Adam on this show, and as we know, Danny Adam there was an incident with him, right? Recently.
Yes.
Is there any word what happened with that? Like, I don't know if it's a touchy subject. We can scratch it. But
well, I mean, it's very.
I saw some funky shit. All right. Yeah. There was some funky shit going on. It's drama that starts off with something else that was fucking mixed in with some other shit, which made a whole bunch of fucking friends just stop talking to each other instead of sitting down and letting motherfuckers deal with their issues. They all wanted to chime in, talk shit. Oh, you're gonna talk shit about me? I'm gonna fucking talk shit about you. Oh, me talking shit about you isn't good enough. Someone else is gonna talk shit about you. And then someone's like, oh, if you're a bully, we're gonna get you out. And they send all these fucking messages. And the thing that bothered me is, so me and Danny Adam don't have the best of fucking relationship. But he had someone fucking message me and tell me, hey, tell Omar, you know, all these things, these accusations are false and blah, blah, blah. First of all, I don't give a fuck. Second of all, why are you sending someone to message me if you can't message me yourself? Third of all, we ain't even friends, so why the fuck you care about what I think? You know what I think? Fuck you and fuck all of this shit. I stood to myself, going through my own issues.
Trip has kids in the car.
He's got it.
So they can't hear anything. You're good.
So going back to all of this, you know, we've all lost friends because, you know, assholes are assholes. And, you know, when it's time to own up to it, I guess some don't. And, you know, rather throw the blame on someone else and be like, oh, no, too much spotlight on me, but not the spotlight I want. And, you know, they might get mad at me for saying this, but I really don't give a fuck because it's just me giving my opinion. I didn't take sides. I saw, I read, I put my phone down and was like, what a shame.
I'm glad Omar took that question. I'll tell you that right now. I'll drink to that.
But I got the I'll be honest, I don't know a damn thing about it. I know the people. I don't know anything about it. I wasn't going to interject. I had no 2 cents to give. I had no fucks to give, to be clear. Like, I really didn't care because it's between other motherfuckers. I had no involvement. Didn't have no skin in the game. I was fine to just be on the outside and just watch it. But guys, I think all of us can agree. Keep the bullshit drama off social media. You have heat with somebody, squash it. Get in front of the person.
Doesn't look good at the end of the day, Brandon. Whether one is legitimately 100% wrong and we all know it, and one is right, it just doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good. I mean, fans pay to see the soap opera of violence that wrestling is. They don't need to see that bullshit that's not entertaining for free.
Whoa, the other thing about this is lots of these guys have issues with keeping their personal selves and their gimmick two separate people. They want to post up on their normal Facebook page their wrestling pictures, and it's cool. Every now and then I share promotion shit. Maybe every now and then I'll share one of my own things because, you know, if you don't fucking share, no one wills half the time. But that's the thing. They have their gimmick page, but then their normal page becomes their gimmick page, and it's like the gimmick takes over their life, and they don't have that switch to shut it off and just go back to fuck boy that works stocking aisles, or fuck boy that works fucking taking garbage out or cleaning bus stops or porta potties. It's like, we got a fucking life, and you're really letting drama from some, let's say, make-believe thing into the real fucking world because you can't justify it or split who you are and who that person is.
And that's how someone gets knocked down for real sometimes.
But on my Facebook page, you don't see me fucking posting up all this shit. Yeah, there's been a lot of shit recently with my depression and shit, losing people that are close to me and all of this crap, but not once have I started some bullshit drama on Facebook of all fucking places.
And Dirtbag Dan, I've asked you this question, and I'm sure there's multiple reasons, but you've never made a separate fan page. It's your name. It's just one page. My guess is I'm not working 2 fucking pages. Fuck that. But that's one of my guesses.
Not that like, I know Trip, you have a worker page, right? And
yeah, so I got my shoot page, and then every other aspect of social media is all related to the madness of Trip. Instagram, Twitter, and then the fan page itself. I post on one and to the other 2 to save me a lot of fucking time.
Me, I keep it as like, this is who I am. It's wrestling. It's my family. It's who I am. If you don't like it, delete me, unfollow me, but don't start shit. I got one person, you know, there is Dirtbag Dan, the character. There is. Then there's now me, the family, the father. And it's what it is. You know, it's like I might be a character. I will fuck you up for real too. You know, that won't be a shoot. Mistake my size. But then there's just me, just Dan. Like, who else do you know that has a skeleton behind them? No one.
And I want to touch upon something.
There's him, and my staff is currently in repairs because that's got 3 skulls on it. So
Listen, Snap is another story, man. Snap gets people in trouble too.
behind us.
Oh,
Snap gets people in trouble.
Now, Dirtbag Dan.
There has to be a triple threat here eventually.
Yes, there absolutely has to. I want to talk about what you were just speaking on, because having your dad and those videos on there when you come walking in, it's like a fucking sitcom. It's some of the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Don't bring up Dirtbag Dad. He'll never watch the entire video of this to hear it. He's
Yeah,
already knows it.
You skip forward. You're like,
I really don't care. I love all of that. I think it's effing hilarious.
I'll have to tell him I chime in at 37 minutes and 42 seconds. He'll go, fuck that.
What was that?
I don't know. I smell my.
whoa, still didn't understand that.
You break it up a little bit.
Have we been on this call that long?
I don't know. How long have we been on this call?
I have no idea.
It has been 56 minutes.
Holy shit.
Now,
Damn.
and I know we're going to probably come in towards a winding tail end of this, but before we go, I have to touch upon a subject because HBO himself is part of this show. There's going to be a show coming up October 8th. It's going to be at Kevin Landry's in Holyoke, Massachusetts. And High Voltage Omar is part of said show. And it's a true legitimate tribute to Big Jim Anderson, who has passed about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago. And it's affected us all so very much. Fans, family, workers, peers, promoters, this whole circle, this whole industry, this community, as it's been said more than once, has lost Big Jim Anderson, and I'm about this fucking close to crying. But we've lost
Bro,
Big Jim.
You're not the only one.
And
3 weeks ago, he was standing right where I'm sitting.
It's just it's been a crazy ride these past couple weeks. And I got to be at his last match. I actually filmed a promo outside with him, his last promo. And I have both of those. I'll never, ever lose those. No matter what I ever do with any of the footage that I've ever saved, I will never get rid of that. Those 2 files. But my point being is this show, October 8th, Holyoke, Massachusetts, Kevin Landry's Combine. They've just moved. I don't have an exact address yet. That's coming out soon. It's going to be a tribute show, and it's going to be about 6 different promotions all coming together with 5 title matches on the line, okay? And this is absolutely fucking amazing on what's going to happen on that show with the talent that's going to be on that show. And not only that, and I'm not trying to take anything away from the show, I'm actually making my ring announcing debut, and I will be sharing the ring announcing duties with one Matt Court extraordinaire, ring announcer extraordinaire. And I am so fucking stoked, but I am so goddamn nervous at the same time. But every cent that goes through that door, it's a donation of $10. There's no tickets. It's a donation of $10 when you go through the door. Or if you want to throw in a little bit more, it all goes 100% goes to the fam of Big Jim here, and it's going directly there. And again, this is a multi-promotional thing that's going to be happening. And I love you, Big Jim, and I know you had some love for me more than I ever knew. Speaking with Alex Rojas, and I love you, big guy. October 8th is going to be fucking special. And I can't thank Alex and Abe for including me in an official capacity to present a very special night for our friend, Big Jim. And I'm telling you guys, that's going to be so special. and I can't wait for October 8th. And I know I kind of maybe brought this on a different turn, but I had to speak on that. If I didn't, I would have fucking kicked myself.
I'm
Because
gonna
we have
apologize now to the fans. I might cry a shit ton on that night, so just ignore all of that. Whoever
Okay.
watches this.
well, I had to announce that. It was something that I wanted to bring out because I know we all know of our brother Big Jim, and I didn't mean to get everybody emotional and turn this in a different direction. But talking about shit helps us, and that's what we've just said. With our fallen sister Daphne, speaking about shit. If you don't speak about shit, bad things happen, and I want this as part of this too because I've been waiting to talk about this. With everything that's been going on,
Don, like it's supposed to be sisterhood. We should be able to reach out to one another. But
yes,
we don't. There are, we're stubborn assholes sometimes, whether male or female. Don't wait till it's too late to check on your friends. We all know our friends better than we think sometimes. Stay consistent. Blow their phone up. Blow their messenger up. Knock on their fucking door, man. Just drive to their house and check on them. We don't know what someone's going through sometimes mentally, that you can be all smiles and tears one day, but when you get home after a show or a job, depression, anxiety, life is sometimes more than we can handle. Check on one another, man. Don't wait till it's too late. Tell your friends you love them now instead of then.
Absolutely. And again, I didn't mean to spin this around and fuck shit up because I know we were having some good laughs and some good times.
Fuck you, Don.
Thanks, Don.
Thank you. No. But I wanted to speak on this. But I wore this beautiful shirt for the occasion because I knew you were going to have all sorts of beautiful stories and beautiful words about what's been happening. Now, and I know Trip has not been part of this circle, and he said, "Fuck that, I'm good." Yeah.
October 23rd. Trip, October 23rd. Me, you, Omar, and probably a few others. We're going to Ludlow, Massachusetts. We're going to enjoy
a bar. We're gonna go to a bar that sells soda. That serves soda.
That sells soda, and we're gonna
and water.
Maybe hang out with some of the boys and girls that might be around. Maybe hijack something.
Oh wow!
I mean, you're inviting us to cause chaos and
no chaos.
Just to have a soda. Just to have a soda.
Sorry, he heard chaos and was all about it. Soda at all.
Oh, hold on. Hey, Izzy, they got skulls on their shoulder. Come here. Put your head here. Skulls on the shoulder. I got you.
Trip wins, bro. Like,
that's because mine's still alive.
Oh boy, we might lose one.
Now, you guys have been an absolute blast tonight. Trip is getting the sleeper hold over there by the little one. Is there anything before we get out of here? Is there anything that each of you want to promote? And I'm going to go round robin.
You're kicking us off already, huh?
Well, no. I want to.
Anything you want to say before you leave? Anything you want to say before we leave?
We don't need Mr. Battlefront to continue this conversation because Don is pro booty front. We can continue this conversation when he hangs up on us because we don't need that booty front supporter.
No, I mean.
Right.
No, wait. I do have a.
You know what's messed up about this booty front dude, man? He got an original juju and does not even put it behind him on the camera for display.
What?
Wow, we lost one.
We lost Trip.
I mentioned the original Zuzu and he disappears. Oh, he's back.
Oh,
Is he
fuck.
back?
Yep.
What's going
Lost
on?
that somehow.
What's going on? Now it's gonna go back to the issue where he can't see.
Well,
we
look,
can't even see him.
let's end this on a high note because Don's probably high.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I am, but I mean, you guys can keep going on. I mean, I wasn't trying to pull this to an end. I wanted to make sure that I want to get you guys where you're going or whatever you want to promote before I forget because I've been
We're
drinking. I've
going
been
where our
smoking.
feet and cars take us.
All right, okay, I got
We're
you.
going
Keep
where
it.
no men have been before.
Wow.
You know,
Actually, no, we're
the
going
most
where we've been
beautiful
several
and
times.
scariest place.
Actually,
Wait, Trip, go ahead.
yeah, we're going where we've been a few times. Actually, that's tomorrow.
Oh,
Ah, yes. Whitesboro, New York, tomorrow for us, actually. We will be at the Accelerate Sports Complex Center on Judd Road. Don't ask me the actual physical address because I don't remember the numbers. But yes. I have been put into a gauntlet match for the championship after winning a Rumble, which makes no sense and it doesn't make me happy. Oh, you win the Rumble, you get a match. Oh, guess what, buddy? It's a gauntlet match. Thanks, NYCW front office. Thanks for screwing over your forever champ. That's okay, because I don't need you guys to win back the championship, because tomorrow is about revenge for what Johnny Moran did to me. As much as it is about the championship, because it is a championship match, but it's also about revenge and getting my size 12.5-foot shoe or the boot that I said put on up his ass.
we like Mr. Moran. Just saying.
No, we don't. You do.
We
Yeah,
like Mr. Moran.
Johnny Moran took advantage of our hard work in dissecting HBO and coming this close to winning the championship in that Christmas Street fight, and then he decided to take a lot of liberties. So we hope HBO beats him so we get another opportunity to wrestle HBO for it.
Oh wow.
That's right.
Yeah, but tomorrow we're a little preoccupied. We have a young up and coming Adam Stone that we need to verbally, mentally, spiritually, and then physically dissect.
The man whose friends say I can't read. Really know how to get to you out there. All you hear out of nowhere, HBO. Then all you hear is Omar can't read. And I'm like, are you guys
get out of here? I've never heard that one.
Oh, they're disrespectful. They are disrespectful down to the bone.
Yeah, that's why we're gonna rip him to pieces to send all of his friends home with a piece of him as souvenirs.
Oh.
Hey.
I don't really know what it means, but I'm gonna have to get that chant started at one of our home promotions. I mean, never mind.
HPV.
Oh man, that's a new one.
Oh, HVO. I'm sorry, I was confused.
So Dirtbag, you were talking. You've got stories. You've got shit to get off your
now
chest.
He wants to hear more stories. Before it was like, all right, let's wrap this up. Now it's like, hey, I'm still awake. Let's get more
I
stories
never used the words "let's wrap this up." I wanted you to promote.
Right, you said before we go. Before you go, this is the adult way of kicking someone out of your house. Oh, before it gets too late.
I usually just say, get the fuck out of my house.
Oh, yeah, that's the way to go.
Man, it's
or I just get butt naked and go right to bed. I'm sitting in the living room. What the fuck is going on?
Man, you gotta invite me over.
Yeah, now we're all coming to your house.
You're in your car, so I wouldn't doubt you just changing the route coming out here. But yeah, I actually am gonna run away. It's getting a little late. But yes, tomorrow
you want to leave? Okay.
New York, and then next weekend on the 18th, I will be in Springfield, Massachusetts for New Age Wrestling in the mall. Wrestling. I don't know who the hell I'm wrestling, but wrestling.
And they host that at the Eastfield Mall over there.
Yes, Eastfield Mall. And then the 25th, we got Diesel Mania for Paradise Pro Alley Pro Wrestling, which I will be at. And those are the events I gave myself this month. Nothing too crazy.
All right.
Nice and local. Hopefully, I get my hands on someone that looks like me that was from the past while I'm at PAPW and
Shine.
He said his name. Dun, dun, dun. I'm coming for you, bro.
Gentlemen, I've had a blast tonight. I really
All right.
No, I truly appreciate all of you guys coming on and wanting to do this, because again, it's been a while for me, and I had a blast. I did a little drinking, I did a little smoking. I wore some merchandise for the occasion. You guys had, you guys had some fun. Anything else? Because I was trying to wrap it up, and then I wanted to do some more stories, but now HBO wants to leave. So is there anything, before we go, is there anything that each of you have to say, have to just throw out there? Anything at all before we wrap this up at all?
Just pay your talent, man. We do the drives. We enjoy this. The last thing we need is to run after you or have an issue with an agreement of said payment. You know, it's not just the shit on Booty Front. It's just anyone in general, you know. It's like, we get it. Times are hard. Let's work. If you can't afford a certain price that I'm setting, tell me what does work. You know, let's work something out. And as I said, at the end of the day, it's just being professional, you know, being there, you know, knowing you got people, whether it's people to pay, people to make sure they're, you know, doing their job. We're supposed to be adults putting on a show for people to then be bitches at the end of the show, running away and hiding and not wanting to take care of what we still need to take care of. Other than that, man, train, eat good, drink lots of water, wash your gear. I was getting to that.
wash your ass.
Yeah. If you smell like ass, trust me, I will go straight to the promoter and tell him I'll work another match. I am sorry. I have done this twice.
But I'll your ass with a bar of soap if your ass stinks.
I've done this twice where I've gone up to a promoter and I was like, homie smells like shit. I don't want to work.
That's gotta happen. That's gotta happen often, huh?
And don't spray Febreze on your gear. That shit's not the same as cleaning. I know
I'm
certain.
just gonna say one last thing. Booty Front and fuck Joey Janela. That's how I'm gonna leave my note.
Oh wow, Mr. Tripp, any last words?
Yeah, the Madness of Trip was heavily inspired by Daphne over the years, and everyone is very well aware of how her story has now come to a tragic end. So, you know, really, really take care of your mental health. It means everything. So speak up. You know, she produced a shirt a couple years ago with Nurse Daphne, and one of the things she used to say was change the stigma. And yeah, the stigma about mental health has been changing, but I still don't think that it's taken as serious anymore, or as serious as it should be. So the stigma needs to change. It is serious. So look out for each other, look out for yourselves, speak up, and you know, just get the help that you need.
I think that's a very fine message to finish us off here. It's been a hell of a hour and 13 minutes. Man, did we cram a lot of stuff in an hour and 13 minutes? A hell of a time. This is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very special guest, and I didn't even introduce him at the beginning. We just started smoking weed and drinking moonshine and talking some Booty Front. With my very special guests, Dirtbag Dan, High Voltage Omar, and the Madness of Trip. I cannot thank all of you so much. Dirtbag, you had something real quick to say. What's up?
No, it's like in my screen, like Omar's over here.
Oh, I got you.
Dan's right there too. All right, yo, high five.
Yes. Thank you so much for a great evening. It's been so long, and I had a blast. Thank you so much.
Watch when this video goes over, our high fives don't even fucking hit.
Find me on myspace.com/the pet number one.
Yo, come on with the MySpace.
MySpace. Yeah. All right. I'm out.